What's up, everybody? Ryan Thomas here at the Thomas Take Sports Podcast, bringing you another edition of the Thomas Take. I'm very excited to continue on to part two of tonight's show, a late-night edition of the Thomas Take as I work today 10 to 8:30. Man, 10 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. It was busy today. Busy day. Busy. Looking forward to many projects that I got in the works as we inch closer to the 2017 NFL football season. Missed out on watching some of the preseason action today due to the fact that I worked today and kind of just chilled out as soon as I got home and wrote some stuff. And now I'm on the line here with this show on Spreaker, iTunes, and YouTube. So this is the Thomas Take. I'm your host, Ryan Thomas. Thomas Take was established in January of 2016, and here we are. Really excited for the many projects that I have coming up, and I'm going to announce those as they happen. But I want to talk some baseball, and I had a really awesome guest on the show as recent as last week. His name was Terry Cushman of AvidBoston.com, and it's no secret I'm an avid Boston Red Sox fan. I want to preface the subject matter of the show today by saying that I am an avid Boston Red Sox fan. It's well known. My grandfather was a baseball coach in the Lockport area, and he got me into baseball along with my dad. And my grandpa was a big Red Sox fan, and that is why I am a big Red Sox fan, because it was the team I watched on television, because my grandpa always watched him on TV every chance he could get. So let's talk baseball, but more importantly, let's talk Yankee baseball, because I know there's a lot of people that listen to the show that are Yankees fans, being that this is from one Buffalo, New York, and I want to preface my statement by admitting the fact that I am a Red Sox fan, but I also want to say that I don't hate the Yankees. That is a misconception. I don't hate the Yankees. I respect the brand. I respect what they've done in their franchise history, the great players that they've had, the Mickey Mantles, the Joe DiMaggios, the Babe Ruths, the Don Mattingleys, the Paul O'Neills, the Bernie Williams, the Derek Jeters, on and on and on and on. I go on and on and on, decades upon decades. Whitey Ford, Yogi Berra. I could go on and on. Roger Maris, Thurman Munson, there's so many. Reggie Jackson, all the great Yankees that might not have even came into the league as Yankees, but ended up, being known for being a Yankee, like Reggie Jackson. So, I want to talk about some Yankee baseball. One guy that I want to talk about is Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge was a guy that I kept my eye on from last year to this year. Somebody that I really thought, wow, this dude has some potential. Did he not do that well last year? No, he did not. But I thought, man, he's big, he's strong, and when he's on, he's going to be on. And on April 19th, after owning him on my fantasy baseball team for a couple weeks, I decided that I was going to part ways with him. I dropped him. And I'm willing to admit that, because your boy is in first place with an 18-game cushion. So I'm okay. 18 and a half, actually, with 4 weeks left in the season. Probably clinch a playoff spot with 3 weeks left. So I'm pretty happy about that. So that being said, I picked up Jose Ramirez in the wake of the Aaron Judge dropped Judge, added Jose Ramirez, and Jose Ramirez has been on my team ever since. So it's not like I dropped Aaron Judge for a pitcher or somebody that ended up getting cut on my team. Jose Ramirez has been on my team the entire time since I dropped Aaron Judge. And Jose Ramirez plays multiple positions, second, third, outfielder for the Cleveland Indians. He's hitting over 300 versus lefties and righties. So Jose Ramirez is a stud. Jose Ramirez is a guy that I really liked last year that was on my dad's fantasy team, somebody that I wanted to make sure I got and avoided him going to my dad once again. Sorry, Dad. So, that being said, the mighty fall of Aaron Judge, the mighty rise of Aaron Judge with the all rise, And if you look at the title of the show, it is all Sit Down and Shut Up, the fall of Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge has completely fallen off a cliff. And I say that in the nicest way possible. I like Aaron Judge. I know I'm not supposed to, being that I'm a Red Sox fan. But Aaron Judge, realistically, I've never seen someone have the rise that he has had to the complete fall. And August 6th, a few days ago, today's August 9th, 3 days back, he did go 1 for 4 with a 3-run bomb and 2 runs, 3 RBIs, 2 runs, and that was his 35th home run of the season. His stat line is .297 batting average, a .424 on base percentage, he's got 85 runs, 35 home runs, and 78 RBIs, 6 stolen bases. But in the last month, Aaron Judge is 14 for 80 with 10 runs, 5 home runs, 12 RBIs, and a .175 batting average. That is since the All-Star break, basically. Since the All-Star break, he's hit .175. One of the worst averages in baseball within the last month. And I really think that there's a key reason for this. There's a key reason for it, and I want to go back to April. One of the reasons why I dropped Aaron Judge is because he's only an outfielder, and I have a stacked outfield on my fantasy baseball team. Names like Stanton, McCutchen, Jones, really solid players at those positions. So I didn't necessarily Benintendi. I wasn't going to cut my boy Benintendi on my Red Sox. So Judge is somebody that I do think he has a bright future, but I've never, as I repeat, never have I ever seen a baseball player play at that high of a level in one half of a season compared to the second half. And as I've said this before, there are 2 halves to a baseball season. There's the first half, pre-All-Star break, and second half, post-All-Star break. And you know what the beauty of that is? The All-Star break is only 4 days. 4 days. You get 4 days off, technically, quote-unquote, off. If you're doing the home run derby, in the case Aaron Judge did, he won the home run derby, hitting over like 60 bombs during the home run derby, around there at least. And the All-Star game, which we well know, we well know that Aaron Judge was a part of the All-Star game. So this festivity that is the All-Star break led to what we are seeing today. And in baseball, when one player is so hot, playing really well, the Yankees first, second in the division all season long, as it hasn't been just Aaron Judge, but he's definitely been the MVP of the team, outside of this past month. And now the Yankees are struggling. The Red Sox have won 7 straight, and the Rays are tied for an AL wildcard spot. The Tampa Bay Rays with the minuscule $59 million payroll compared to the $300 million payroll that the Yankees have. So, not saying Judge is a part of that. He's really not. He's underpaid, but the Yankees fans were stating how much they were excited to have Todd Frazier. Every Yankees fan I know acted like Todd Frazier was this big coup. Todd Frazier was hitting 180 practically, 190, 200, at the highest 217 on the year at one point. So, to date, pre-Yankees. And Todd Frazier had a good game today, but really, up until today, he hadn't really done anything. So, Sonny Gray was the big move for the Yankees. I think that was a great move for them. But when Judge was playing this way, when Judge was hitting 550-foot home runs in Marlins Park off of a 68, 79, 88, 89, 99-year-old man throwing soft toss, everybody was freaking out. Everybody was going crazy. Everybody thought, wow, this is amazing. This guy's great. This guy is good, but he has seen nothing yet of the dog days of baseball. And that was very, very clear as this season has worn on. He's either all or nothing. He's either home run or strikeout. And that was what I said he was months ago in June, May on My Fantasy Podcast. Shout out to MyFantasySportsTalk.com. I said he was all boom or bust. And I did not want to take the chance on that. Let alone the fact that he's a Yankee. I don't want a guy on my fantasy team that is a Yankee. I don't want to root for the Yankees. I don't want to have any reason whatsoever to root for the Yankees because I can't stand their fan base. And because I'm a Red Sox fan, yes. So, I'm trying to put the phantom out of it, but baseball sense tells me that this guy is going through a major mental block to go from where he was in the first half to the second half of being a complete superstar the first half and a complete liability in the second half. 175 batting average. Let's pull up the numbers again. 175. This last month, 14 for 80. The last 2 weeks, he's 7 for 39. The last week, he's bumped it up a little bit. He's 235. So this guy is really struggling. There's no doubt about it. And I think that this guy was force-fed a lot of hype that he didn't necessarily deserve. And he was force-fed a lot of hype that he didn't necessarily want. And post-All-Star break, he has had a tough time. You all said all rise. I'm going to tell you right now, you all have to realize that this is the game of baseball. Baseball is not football. There's no Aaron Rodgers, week 1 to week 16. There's no Tom Brady week 1 to week 16. There is series upon series upon series of games, 162 of them, where you go through the trials and tribulations of getting your feet wet in April, May, June, and then the All-Star break, and then there is the ever so competitive July, August, and September, in order to play in October and maybe early November. In order to play in October or early November. This is the toughest sport there is. Baseball is the toughest sport to play. It's the toughest sport to succeed at. I don't care what anybody says. The toughest sport I played, and oddly enough, the one that I enjoyed the most, oddly enough, the one that I was best at, was baseball. Played football. I hated the pads. I hated getting hit. I wasn't afraid to get hit. I was more so hated the way my body felt after playing football. I played football until 7th grade, and I said, you know what, enough is enough. Former guest on my show, Deshaun Vincent, I chronicled the story. He hit me as I was coming over the middle with a catch, and my neck completely went out of place. And I was like, you know what, I'm good. That's it. I'm okay. And Deshaun just burst out laughing when I told him that story. But it's the truth. That's what happened. We were wearing the red unis with the white helmets. He was wearing the white uni with the white helmet. Defense versus offense. I would go over the middle to catch the ball during practice. I was excited about being on the team. He hits me. I thought, nope, baseball it is. I'll be playing in April, May, June, July, August, September. And that's what I did. And then I wrestled my senior year. So that's that. To go through my scholastic playing days. But, not saying I was Ken Griffey Jr., I should say, or Ken Griffey, but, I was way better at baseball than any other sport. And I still am to this day. And I appreciate the game. I know how hard it can be being a 14-year-old, playing in a seniors division, playing in the juniors division with 17 and 18-year-olds. I had a very tough season. And baseball offers peaks and valleys that no other sport does. And for the sake of Aaron Judge, I hope it gets better because these Yankees fans just do not understand.